and show you how to correctly wire a 24-volt battery. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so I have two identical batteries here. I don't know if you can read the labels, but I have them set up the same. So I have positive to positive, negative to negative. So whenever I'm wiring, here's my trolling motor wires. These are, I think, 10 gauge, I believe. They're the stock, and then that's my fuse there. But the thing that you have to remember when you're dealing with a 24-volt system like I am, current does not pass between the two batteries. So let me explain that. If you had it in parallel and you had a wire going from positive to positive, negative to negative, then you would actually take the current from each battery and add them together. So in this case, it's 114 and 114. So you'd have 228 amps worth of power. But since I'm running a 24-volt trolling motor, I don't need that. What I need is I need to take the voltage of each battery and add them together to give me 24 volts at 114 amps. So how you do that is, like I said, you only have one plus, one minus. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to jumper these guys. Now to series, I told you parallel, you do positive to positive, negative to negative. To series, you're going to go negative to positive. So what I'm going to do is this guy is going to look something like that right there. So now, this is my negative terminal of battery 1. That's my positive terminal of battery 2. So now what I've done is I've got a positive open here and I've got a negative open here. That's where these wires are going to go. Your red's going to go to your positive, your black's going to go to your negative. And what that's going to do is basically you start from your negative. So this is going to be 12 volts. But then when this guy jumps across, if you were to measure from here to here, it's going to measure 24 volts. Now, that's how you get the 24 volts. But whenever I said earlier that current does not pass through, that is very important, because basically what happens is when I bought this boat, it was a 12-volt system, so there was one battery and there was a single pole charger. So I just had one of these guys to go in here. Well, whenever I switched to a 24, I had to add a dual pole charger because current will not pass through. So the voltage of these two are going to be directly tied together. So, you know, if this guy is 12.3 and this guy is 12.4, they're actually going to equalize themselves out and be 12.35 or whatever. But your current is going to stay the same. No matter what happens, the current of both of these batteries are going to stay the same. So, to charge these batteries and keep them balanced, you have to have a charger on each battery. So, that's where I have my dual pole here so that I can hook, you know, that one up to that battery, this one up to this battery, and that will allow me to charge both of these batteries at the same time so that they'll stay balanced and everything will work when I'm out on the water. So, I'm going to go ahead and get this hooked up and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Okay guys, got everything wired up. So let's go through this here. So this here is one of my onboard chargers. So you can see the positive's going to the positive, negative's going to the negative. Then the other wire on this positive is the actual series wire that's going to this negative. So that's what's linking these two batteries together. Then this is my trolling motor wire. So there's my black, that is my ground going to my trolling motor. And so then if we'll follow our red wire up, we go to the opposite positive terminal, and then there's its onboard charger, positive and negative going there. All right guys, so I hope that made sense. I know it can be kind of confusing, but this is the configuration that you want if you're going to be running a 24-volt trolling motor. Otherwise you can just plug it up. Now if you had a 12-volt, you could actually run two batteries in parallel that would give you twice the amount of power, meaning that you could run your trolling motor longer. But I wanted the higher torque, so I went with the 24-volt trolling motor. So I don't have my meter with me, so I can't show you this, but what we can do is go up to the trolling motor and we can hit the button and I'll show you that it shows that it's all good. Okay, I always unplug this whenever I'm not using the boat, just, you know, the whole phantom draw. So we're gonna hit the test button and there we go, fully charged. I hope that makes sense. Hope you learned something. If so, please give me a like, think about subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one.